Station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 11 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by KFC. Illinois lawmakers are considering a bill to limit loud commercials on streaming services. The proposal would require platforms to follow the same volume standards as TV broadcasters, preventing ads from playing louder than the program. If approved, the rule would take effect in 2027. Governor J.B. Pritzker is calling for a new plan to boost higher education attainment in Illinois. He's issued an executive order creating a working group to set updated goals after the state fell just short of its previous target. Illinois officials are warning taxpayers about changes to U.S. Postal Service postmarks that could affect filing deadlines this year. Officials recommend mailing documents early or filing electronically ahead of the April 15th deadline to avoid penalties. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage. Governor J.B. Pritzker is calling for a new plan to boost higher education attainment in Illinois. He's issued an executive order creating a working group to set updated goals after the state fell just short of its previous target. Illinois officials are warning taxpayers about changes to U.S. Postal Service postmarks that could affect filing deadlines this year. Officials recommend mailing documents early or filing electronically ahead of the April 15th deadline to avoid penalties. Illinois lawmakers are considering a bill to limit loud commercials on streaming services. The proposal would require platforms to follow the same volume standards as TV broadcasters, preventing ads from playing louder than the program. If approved, the rule would take effect in 2027. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister, now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 22. Tonight, snow and cloudy skies with a low around 20. New snow accumulation of 1 to 2 inches is possible. Looking ahead to Wednesday, a chance of snow with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 40. Currently, it's 17 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Welcome in, everybody, here to Out to Lunch on WRMN AM 1410. We're broadcasting live here from Studio 14. We're serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, of course, for tuning in today, being a part of the conversation with us. We hope that you are enjoying this lovely morning today. And, of course, it is St. Patrick's Day, so we are wishing everyone a very happy, fun, and safe St. Patty's Day outside. Today, it is a nice sunny day for sure, and we can celebrate maybe with some of the classical Irish music, traditional Irish music there, Fiddle Dee Dee. That's by Silverman Sound here. You can also find Celtic music on the World Wide Web, so I've got some of those. I like this kind of music. You listen to it for a bit. That's nice and relaxing. That's got a very old sound to it, which I love. That's one to listen to, kind of relaxing. Celtic Pagan is also pretty cool too. I used to be kind of into that a little bit. I still kind of am a little bit. I like it. It's cool. So kind of that Celtic and fantasy kind of feel to it. So we're wishing everyone a very happy St. Patty's Day today. No matter what you are doing, we hope that your day is going swell. You are listening to Out to Lunch, which is sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Are you looking for expert orthopedic and spine care close to home? St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin is here for you. They offer their highly skilled orthopedic and spine specialists, like we had on yesterday on the show. They provide advanced treatments for joint, bone, and back conditions, all with a personalized approach designed to get you moving again. So whether it's for hip or knee pain, sports injuries, or complex spine issues, they use the latest technology and surgical techniques to help you to heal faster and to get back to those activities that you love. And of course, that's not all. Their comprehensive rehabilitation services means that you'll have expert support every step of the way, from surgery through recovery. So trust your health to excellence. You can trust St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, a proud member of Prime Healthcare. Call them today at 847-931-5525 or visit their website at stjosephelgin.com to learn more and to schedule your appointment. So thank you so much to St. Joseph Hospital of Elgin for sponsoring today's show, Out to Lunch. Thank you once again to Dr. Zachary Goldstein and Karen Keep, who is the Director of Acute Care Services at St. Joseph in Elgin, for coming into the station yesterday to talk with us about the spinal care that you have to offer. If you want to view that interview, it's available now on our YouTube page, youtube.com/WRMN radio. You can also find it on our Facebook page as well. I've already got an interview next Thursday at the 12 o'clock hour. So next Thursday is going to be a filled day. We've got, of course, the City Council meeting recap with Mayor Dave Captain. That's coming up next Thursday, the 26th. And we have St. Joseph Hospital, another interview. We're going to be featuring Dr. Anwar. Ali Anwar is going to be coming to the station to talk with us a little bit about mental health. And that's very important too. So that'll be coming up soon. Today, we do have an interview. I am happy to be having a special guest in today. We're going to be having a teacher named Miss Sutherland is coming in. She's with the Cambridge Lakes Charter School. And they're proud to share that she, Miss Sutherland, has received the Award of Special Recognition in the Early Career Education category from ISBE. So we're going to talk with her a little bit about that, and we're looking forward to it too. I do believe the lower school principal, Mrs. Placco, will also be there too, coming into the station today. That's going to be during the 12 o'clock segment, so stay tuned for that. Of course, we also still do have our Tradio segment, which will be coming up at 12:30. Let's take a look here and see what we've got. Once again, we wishing everyone a very happy St. Patrick's Day today. Oh, I had a little GIF. Where is it? There it is. That's a cute little GIF I'm putting on the screen here if you're watching on YouTube. Those little Irishmen that are dancing, playing those fiddles, and dancing the day and the night away. So I thought that was a cute little GIF I just wanted to put out there for you. We also had some great interviews that were earlier this morning on the morning show. They are now published and posted onto our YouTube page. The morning show, including JoJo's Goodies and more. And let me tell you, I already did take a couple bites already of the cake that she provided for us. So good. If you want to reach out to her, definitely check her out. Very, very cool. JoJo's Goodies and More. Deliciously baked. She makes cakes, cookies, pies, all those delicious sweet tooth options. And you can find her at JoJo's Goodies and More on Facebook, and also her email, jojosgoodiesandmore@gmail.com. So definitely check that out. The morning show also featured Coach Carter on the air with us today, too, during the start of the 8 o'clock hour. So if you want to watch those interviews, you can find them posted onto our YouTube page. Let's take a look at the weather and temperatures here. We see a high of 25 degrees for today on this lovely sunny day, currently 18 degrees right now. It is definitely cold outside. It is going to continue to get warmer and then drastically drop, like I had said earlier during the 9 o'clock hour. It is going to get up to a high of 25 degrees for today, a mixture of clouds and sun early, followed by some more cloudier skies in the afternoon. So we are getting close to the afternoon. At least as of right now, here in downtown Elgin, it is nice and sunny outside, so you can't complain too much about that. But it is chilly, so make sure you're bundling up. Tonight is going to be a low of 20 degrees, cloudy skies with some late night snow showers. It's going to be cold. The chance of snow is roughly at about 60%. The snow accumulations are going to be less than an inch. And again, it is quite the big night tonight because it's kind of a double night. What I mean by that is not only is it St. Patrick's Day, so a lot of people are going to be going out partying, it is also election night too. So with that being said, a lot of people are going to some venues and celebrations to also party too. So it's going to be a pretty busy night. Make sure that you are just careful on the roads, all the common sense things too. But yes, tonight we are supposed to be getting about a 60% chance of some snow. Heading on into Wednesday tomorrow, it does start to warm up a little bit here. Some potential snow showers are going to be coming through before noon, becoming partly cloudy later in the day. So we're going to start to see maybe a little bit of sunshine, but then it does start to rain again. So that's for Wednesday night with a low of 34 degrees. Heading on into Thursday the 19th, we see a high of 53, showers in the morning and then partly cloudy in the afternoon. It does drop down to 34 as our low, cloudy skies early with some areas of fog developing after midnight. That's going to be coming up for Thursday. For Friday the 20th, temperatures rise up to 63 as our high. We're going to be seeing some cloudier skies, eventually maybe potentially some sun coming through here and there. It does drop down to 40 as our low coming up for Friday night. That's for Friday the 20th. Saturday is supposed to be partly sunny. We're going to be seeing some clouds and some sun, but the temperatures rise up to potentially almost into, well, actually into the 70s. A high is supposed to be 71 degrees. I'm not sure if it's going to necessarily feel like 70 degrees, but it could feel more like in the 60s. Drops down to the 40s here, low of 42. Partly cloudy skies coming through, and that is for Saturday night. That's for Saturday the 21st. Heading on into Sunday, we do see here a high of 48, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 25. And then Monday the 23rd, we see a high of 40 and a low of 27, partly cloudy. And then Tuesday, a week from today, we see a considerable amount of cloudiness, but that high is going to reach 50 degrees with a low of 35. If you do look throughout the rest of the prediction of the rest of the month of March, it ranges highs in the 50s, lows in the 30s. Some in the 40s too. So it kind of fluctuates here and there a little bit with the weather and temperatures. But that's what we're seeing here. So if you want to take a look at more information, you can find it. That is posted on the Weather Channel's website. That is weather.com. Or, of course, you can also find it on your phone. The time is already approaching 17 past the hour. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll go through our inspirational story of the day. We'll go through our word of the day, which is actually more of a phrase, recognizing Ireland. And then, of course, we'll go through some interesting facts, a random fact generator, something that we can, of course, chew on a little bit today. And then we also do have the National Day calendar. We'll go through some things when it comes to what does this mean in St. Patrick's Day? What does this represent? And more. So stay tuned for all of that and more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with a Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered. If you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem, use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-890-5957. 800-890-5957. That's 800-890-5957.
This is Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town WRMN. National news at the top of every hour and local news and weather at the bottom. Find more information about programming and current events at WRMN1410.com. News, weather, and entertainment across the Fox River Valley here on WRMN 1410 AM, the Talk of the Town.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. It is a tasty Tuesday today. There's lots of delicious, tasty treats out there that you can enjoy on this St. Patrick's Day. And we're going to talk about some of them today with you. So stay tuned for that. You know where to go. Go to the YouTube side of things, youtube.com/WRMN radio, because I'm going to show some pictures. Yes. Let's start off here. Of course, they're continuing on your morning, soon to be in the afternoon time, with another inspirational story by the same user as yesterday. Yesterday's user's name was Zara Malik Dollface. That's the user's name on Sunny Skies. And she writes to us again. So let's read a little bit about this. This was posted today. A small kindness from a stranger that stayed with me for years. I was traveling alone after a long day of delays and misconnections. By the time I reached the train station, it was late evening, the kind of quiet where everything echoes around you and most people are just trying to get home. My train wasn't coming for another hour. My phone battery was almost dead, and I hadn't eaten since earlier that afternoon. I remember sitting on a cold bench staring at the temperature board, feeling that strange mix of exhaustion and frustration that comes with travel days that just don't go right. After a while, an older man sat down a few seats away from me. We exchanged one of those quick, polite nods strangers sometimes give to each other. A few minutes later, he got up and walked towards the small cafe inside the station. When he came back, he placed a cup of tea on the bench beside me. I immediately started telling him he didn't need to do that. He just smiled and said, "Long day?" I laughed a little and said, "Very long." He sat down again with his own drink, and we talked for a few minutes about travel, trains running late, and how strange it is to end up sharing quiet spaces with strangers. When his train arrived before mine, he picked up his bag and stood up. Before leaving, he said something simple. "Next time you see someone having a long day, you'll know what to do." And then he waved and walked off towards his platform. It was such a small gesture, but it completely shifted how I felt that night. I had been sitting there feeling irritated and worn down, and suddenly the whole day didn't feel so heavy anymore. I never saw him again, but I still remember that moment. It's funny how tiny little acts of kindness like this from someone you'll probably never meet again can really stay with you for years. So, well, it definitely, especially if you recognize it as an act of kindness. A lot of times there are people out there, they attempt an act of kindness and the person's like, "What are you doing? Leave me alone, go away," or something like that. They still end up being grumpy. But little acts of kindness like this that you recognize and that you can do for others can make someone's day. You never know what's going on in their lives. And so, of course, like we always say here, kindness is the way to go. Let's see what we've got here. Of course, it is the lunchtime segment here, so let's chew on this. This is where we talk a little bit about something interesting for us to chew on a bit. And of course, what is it? Well, it's corned beef and cabbage, right? Corned beef and cabbage is a popular, quintessential St. Patrick's Day meal. It is actually an Irish-American tradition, not a traditional dish from Ireland. Yes. So Irish immigrants in New York in the 19th century adapted their diet by replacing traditional boiled bacon with cheaper, cured corned beef purchased from Jewish neighbors. Now, of course, the term corned beef does not mean that there's actually corn in the beef. The corn in corned beef does not refer to the maize. It refers to the large corns or grains of salt that is used to cure the meat. In Ireland, in the original meal in a sense, the traditional meat served on St. Patrick's Day was, and often still is, boiled bacon or pork, not beef. Now, until the 1970s, St. Patrick's Day was a religious holiday of obligation in Ireland, meaning pubs were legally closed, making it, quote, a dry day rather than a drinking day. And then, of course, there's the Green River. There's the Drink Green River, and then there's the actual river that's dyed green. In 1962, Chicago started dyeing its river green to celebrate the holiday, a tradition that started by accident when testing for pollution. So that accident became something that is a tradition now to this day. And there are even some hidden veggies in this too, which is something I need to take note of as someone who needs to eat more veggies. It does look like while potatoes are iconic, cabbage shipments increased actually by 70% in the U.S. during the week of St. Patrick's Day. So there you go. And the reliance on cabbage was forced by historical necessity, as it was a robust vegetable that Irish farmers could grow even under restrictive tenant farming laws. It was something that was easy to grow, and it was enough to fill them up and give them what they needed. So there's a little bit of history there when it comes to the corned beef and cabbage. Maybe you yourself are having some corned beef and cabbage. We decided, due to labor-intensive, our family's like, you know what, we're just going to do ribs instead. So that's what we're doing tonight. We usually do corned beef and cabbage, but it's just a little bit labor-intensive. So I think what we'll do is we're going to save that more for the weekend instead, because we do have it. We're going to save it when everyone's home, and it'll be more so for the weekend that we'll do. Feel free to call us today. If you are doing something special for St. Patrick's Day, maybe you are going to a local business, bar, or organization to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, you can feel free to text it to us, call into the station number today during this show. Let us know if there's something going on. What would you like to tell us? You know, you're doing maybe you have a signature beer recipe that you like to make, or a specific beer or a meal that you like to enjoy at a specific local business in the Fox River Valley area. I know there's lots of places that do offer some great food, including Paul's Family Restaurant. I know that in Elgin, they do have their corned beef and cabbage that you can get. They recently did post it already here. Elaine writes, quote, I can tell you how much I stress, fret, and worry about St. Patrick's Day. But let me tell you, she does some really, really great, always great meals, but especially, of course, for their corned beef and cabbage, which is very popular at Paul's Family Restaurant. So if you do want to give it a try, she says that she can't wait to see you and give it a try. That's Paul's Restaurant. They have their corned beef today. You can also check out some other local restaurants and businesses in the Fox River Valley area. We'll try to see if we can hit on some of them today. I know we've got quite a few things to talk about in this time frame, because we also do have an interview coming up at the 12 o'clock hour. So before we go to our break, let's talk about the word of the day, or more so the phrase of the day. It is Erin Go Bra. That is the term. It is ERIN space GO space BRAGA. Erin Go Bra is an Irish phrase that means Ireland forever. They proudly wave the Irish flag during the parade, shouting Erin Go Bra. That is what many people say, especially of Irish descent, or maybe, of course, culturally Irish as well. They like to announce it, and they like to say it too. Now, I've been told, of course, myself, last name McNeil. Oh, is that? Oh, you must be Irish. Most people throughout my lifetime have said, oh, McNeil, that's Irish. Well, it can be Irish. It could also be Scottish, and that's where the Scottish is. That's my family came from Campbelltown in Scotland. The McNeils. We can only go so far back, of course. But yeah, there you go. My long line of McNeils. A lot of them had multiple families as well. Not at the same time. I'm just saying they married a lot. They had a lot of kids. My great grandpa James Walker McNeil was one of, I think, 15 kids. Now, half of them were half siblings from a first marriage. So a big family, very big family on the McNeil side. With that being said, we're going to be taking a quick time out. When we come back, we are going to discuss more on the National Day calendar, talking a little bit more about St. Patrick's Day. And then we do have a conversation story of the day today. St. Patrick's Day and the mystery of the second Patrick. Yes, there apparently was another Patrick out there. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage. Governor J.B. Pritzker is calling for a new plan to boost higher education attainment in Illinois. He's issued an executive order creating a working group to set updated goals after the state fell just short of its previous target. Illinois officials are warning taxpayers about changes to U.S. Postal Service postmarks that could affect filing deadlines this year. Officials recommend mailing documents early or filing electronically ahead of the April 15th deadline to avoid penalties. Illinois lawmakers are considering a bill to limit loud commercials on streaming services. The proposal would require platforms to follow the same volume standards as TV broadcasters, preventing ads from playing louder than the program. If approved, the rule would take effect in 2027. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister, now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Elgin isn't just a city. It's a community built on connection, innovation, and opportunity. And at the heart of it all is the Elgin Chamber of Commerce. For over a century, the Elgin Chamber has helped local businesses grow, connecting entrepreneurs, advocating for progress, and inspiring the leaders of tomorrow. Whether you're a new business just starting out or an established company looking to expand, the Elgin Chamber is your partner for success. Join a powerful network of leaders making a difference in our community every day. Together, we're shaping the future of Elgin, one connection at a time. Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce, where business and community grow together. Call now, 847-741-5660, or go to info@elginchamber.com. Contact Carol Gieske.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 22. Tonight, snow and cloudy skies with a low around 20. New snow accumulation of 1 to 2 inches is possible. Looking ahead to Wednesday, a chance of snow with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 40. Currently, it's 18 and mainly clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
And welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN AM 1410, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Thank you, everyone, of course, for tuning in today and being a part of the conversation with us. We hope that you are enjoying this lovely morning today here on this beautiful sunny Tuesday. And of course, we do have a lovely conversation story of the day today we'll talk about and more coming your way. Now, of course, it is St. Patrick's Day today, a day to recognize and celebrate Ireland and maybe even some Irish heritage too. Very nice. I know that Tammy Scully of Talk Time with Tammy and Friends is pretty much mainly Irish, she said. Yes. She has an Irish maiden name. Very Irish. So there's that too. She said that she traced her lineage and pretty much is just a lot of Irish, which is pretty cool. My dad's side of the family has a little bit of Irish in him through his grandma. I don't have any pictures or paintings of direct Irish ancestors, but I've got some of direct ancestor siblings too. So kind of showcasing that. There's one you're watching on YouTube. I've got her, Lydia Ann Marsh Walker, a 6-7 times great aunt, kind of a scary looking woman, just a little bit. But you could tell she was a Quaker. And her father came from Ireland. His name was Joseph Marsh, and he came over from Ireland, Armagh, I do believe. And then from another line of the family, this even scarier looking man, 4 times great grandma's brother, John Burroughs. Last name was originally Burris, and he descends from James Burris, who came over on shipwrecked to America from Ireland. I believe he was shipwrecked. So yeah, some scary looking people out there. But you know what? It was the time. A lot of it was the hardship. They did not come from a very well off family, and so there was a lot of hardship there, and also exposure time with old pictures and stuff. All of that too. But if you have some Irish heritage you want to dive deep into, of course, there's lots of different sources out there. There's Ancestry.com. You can also use Family Search. You can also use irishgenealogy.ie is a good website to go to. There's tons of different ones if you're trying to research some of your Irish heritage. There's lots of ones. Find My Past, findmyirishancestors.com. Like I said, Irish Genealogy, they've got some online records there. You can check out Irish Family History Center, Roots Ireland. So some really cool stuff. If you are especially looking to find some of that Irish heritage, you might have a little bit. Maybe you didn't know much of your family history and you get the DNA test back. If you did DNA testing, you're like, wow, I got a little bit of Irish in me. Where does that come from? Take a look at some of those cool names doing some of that research. You are digging for gold here. You're researching. It's fun. Sometimes it can be frustrating. There's brick walls. Always. You'll never know all the answers, but hey, that's okay. So yes, it is St. Patty's Day today, recognized, of course, on this day and on the National Day calendar and nationaltoday.com. It is National, of course, St. Patrick's Day and National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day. Those are the big highlighted ones that we have today. Feast of St. Patrick is also what it's known as on March 17th. Many will wear green in honor of the Irish and decorate with shamrocks. According to the lore, the wearing of green tradition dates back to a story written about St. Patrick back in 1726. Now, this is when St. Patrick, born around 385, around 461 is when he died AD, used the shamrock to illustrate the Holy Trinity and worn green clothing. And while the story is unlikely to be true, many will revel in the Irish heritage and eat traditional Irish fare too. You even look on Maptitude.com. According to this, there is a percentage of population with Irish ancestry in the United States. And you can see that there is a decent number, I would say. Roughly, especially once you get closer into the land up northeast, that is, New York, Maine, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire. A lot of my Irish ancestors moved there. Pennsylvania, another one. Quite a bit of people. You start to notice that, especially back in the way old days, people coming over from the European countries over to America, a lot of them settling in those different states and former colonies. Connecticut, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, all of that. You see that a lot in history. So it's pretty cool to see that. Maybe you've got ancestors that lived in the Americas since the 1600s, which is pretty cool to find too. So good records out there and some beautiful Irish heritage indeed. So that's a little map I wanted to share with you. And you can find that on caliper.com. So yes, of course, there are lots of days that you can celebrate. This one, of course, being the National Day of St. Patrick's Day. Now, what are some things that are recognized in St. Patrick's Day and what do they mean? So, for example, what does gold represent on St. Patrick's Day is the first one. On St. Patrick's Day, gold represents wealth, it represents good fortune, and the magical treasure hidden by leprechauns at the end of the rainbow. Now, when I was a kid, I used to not like leprechauns. I used to be afraid of them. My parents, when I was acting up, they used to say, the leprechauns are watching you out the window. I just saw a leprechaun, my mom used to say, and it used to scare the bejeebers out of me when I was a little kid. It helped me to behave. Now, I don't know if, people nowadays would be like, whatever, but I'm fine. I'm fine. But yes, that was something I was like, oh gosh, the leprechauns scare me when I was a little kid. So yes, gold does represent wealth, good fortune, and the magical treasure hidden by leprechauns at the end of the rainbow. It symbolizes the luck of the Irish and brings a festive, prosperous theme to the holiday, often depicted as a pot of gold associated with Irish folklore. So that's kind of what gold represents on St. Patrick's Day. Now, of course, you can go through a little bit more detailed history on St. Patrick's Day. I know we did do that in the past a little bit, but how do you celebrate today? Well, of course, you can wear green, like many of us are doing. You can cook up an Irish feast, or, of course, hashtag St. Patrick's Day on social media, all that fun stuff. Or I recommend, too, finding local businesses, pubs, and fairs that you can go to that are Irish themed. For example, McNally's Irish Pub is one that is located locally in the Fox River Valley area. They happen to be in St. Charles, and they do specialize in some delicious Irish fare. So if you do want to give them a try, check them out. They are open today. They do have St. Patrick's festivities and their March schedule on what is going to be featured there. Today is the 17th. It is St. Patrick's Day. They're open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. tonight. And they're going to be having some fun celebrations and more to enjoy. And they're going to be having they already have it decorated in there. Good times, keep rolling all month long, they say. So definitely give them a try. You can try out all their different choices. They've got Guinness, of course. You can try their menu. They offer, of course, American fare. But if you want something a little bit more on the Irish side, you can. If you want to look up beef, I'm sure they've got beef there. They do have pot roast. And, of course, their corned beef and cabbage. So if you don't feel like cooking at home today, you want to go out to eat, here's a good option for you. This is at the McNally's Irish Pub. I know they're big sponsors of the, that's McNally's Heating and Cooling. I was going to say of FoxValleyMagazine.com. They always come up. That's another one, Irish, there for you too. Bennigan's is another good place in Elgin. I haven't been there in a hot minute, but it's a good place to go to. They do offer, of course, American Pub. It's a low-key setting, very good. If you want to give them a try, they're located not too far away. It's the American Legend, and you can find it at Bennigan's. They've also got some good stuff. Relax and enjoy some Irish hospitality there, too. They've got a wide range of menu options to choose from. I love their burgers with their pretzel buns. You can't go wrong with the pretzel buns. Always a delicious choice to choose from. So again, those are just some of the options to you, the listeners out there. If you want to give them a try, check them out. Some good choices indeed. Let's see what we've got here. It looks like we do have some pictures that were sent over into the text line just right now here. It looks like we've got Patrick here, and he posted a nice picture. I don't know what this is. It's I'm going to share it on the screen. Patrick, I'm not quite sure what this is, but it's a nice mural that's featured on there of the America Independence. Very nice. He also posted a picture. It's a brewery tour. Now, where is this? Patrick, you got to tell me where this is. He says it's party time. Patrick, you got to let me know where this is. This is pretty cool. And then he also posted this nice picture, what appears to be a horse getting a little shave, a little trim there. That's pretty cute. So, Patrick, I hope that you are enjoying your day today on this St. Patrick's Day today. And my middle name, Patrick, was named after St. Patrick, actually. My brother's middle name is Christopher. So he was named after St. Christopher, because there's not really like a St. Christopher's Day, but we kind of have a little fun little St. Christopher's Day at home. But St. Patrick's Day, yes. My parents said, when we were adopted, I want to name him Matthew Patrick and Ryan Christopher after the saints. I thought that was very nice, and I like it. I like it for sure. So very nice indeed. But those are some fun things to do. You can enjoy lots on this St. Patrick's Day. We could do more and more segments on that. The time is 45 past the hour, so we are going to take another quick time out. And then when we come back, we will discuss more on St. Patrick's Day and the mystery of the second Patrick. After that, we've got our special interview coming up here with Cambridge Lakes Charter School. Very excited for that, too. That's coming up at the 12 o'clock hour, followed by our Tradio segment at 12:30. And after that, for the remainder of the time, we are just going to talk through what is happening locally in the Fox River Valley area for some fun Irish fare and exciting opportunities for you to try out in the local area on this St. Patrick's Day. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN.
The new novel, titled DUI Jury Trial, is the true story of two lawyers who defend a truck driver who is charged with DUI. If he's convicted, this truck driver faces a lifetime disqualification of his commercial driver's license, which would prevent him from ever driving a truck again. This 3-year legal battle culminates in a courtroom showdown, which involves the testimony of a DUI expert witness. This book, DUI Jury Trial, is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Are you looking for a way to be creative right now? Have you ever wanted to learn to watercolor paint? You can now do that from the comfort of your own home with Zoom watercolor classes. Get professional instruction from nationally showing artist Victoria Elizabeth. These classes are step-by-step, broken down with easy-to-understand instructions. They are affordable, too, at $15 for a 2-hour class. Visit her website at victoriaelizabethart.com to find out more. That's victoriaelizabethart.com.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Jeff Walter, and I'm running for Congress in the 11th Congressional District. As the mayor of Elgin, I'm really required to deliver certain common things that are all based around common sense. I have to provide good water, good streets, police protection, and a lot of other core services. Congress has lost its way on that. So if you want some common sense brought back to Washington, vote Jeff Walter for Congress. You can check us out at www.jeffwalterforcongress.com. I'm Jeff Walter, and I approve this ad, paid for by Walter for Congress.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. 800-785-1673. That's 800-785-1673.
Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley and the talk of the town, broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. This show, Out to Lunch, is sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. Get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. From advanced surgery to personalized rehab, their specialists are with you throughout your care journey. St. Joseph Hospital is a proud member of Prime Healthcare, and they're here to keep you moving. You can call them today to schedule your appointment at 847-931-5525 or visit their website at stjosephelgin.com to learn more. You can also check out their services, locations, clinicians, awards, and why to choose them. Again, they are a member of Prime Healthcare. They are here to keep you moving so that you can get back to those lovely activities that you enjoy. So definitely a big thank you to St. Joseph Hospital of Elgin for sponsoring today's show, Out to Lunch. Now, as we know, of course, it is St. Patty's Day today, and St. Patrick's Day is one that is very popular among us here in America. But let's talk a little bit further into some history here and maybe even some of history's mysteries. St. Patrick's story, of course, is well known, but there might be another second Patrick out there that is not maybe as well known. This is an article written by Chris Doyle, who is a lecturer in ancient and medieval history at the University of Galway. This was posted just yesterday, a fresh news article on theconversation.com that we can discuss and talk a little bit about. So he writes here, celebrated every year with swarths of green and pints of Guinness, St. Patrick's is the most famous of Ireland's trio of patron saints. The others are Bridget and Colm Cille, a.k.a. Columba. St. Patrick's story is a well-known one, not just because of the annual global phenomenon of his feast's day that has become, but it also is a thanks to a considerable body of original written evidence. Chief among this are his personal writings, the Confession, and the Letter to the Soldiers of Coroticus. But there are also many others, annuals, biographies, hymnals, poems, written centuries after his life. The standard story of Patrick goes like this. At some undetermined date, around the 5th century AD, while the Western Roman Empire collapsed politically, the teenage Patrick was kidnapped from his home in Britain, or possibly Gaul, by Irish raiders. He was then sold into slavery for 6 years, where he tended sheep somewhere in Ireland until, with divine help, he was able to escape home to his family. Eventually, he felt compelled to return to Ireland and, of course, talk a bit about the Christian faith there. The rest is history, so some say. But a lesser-known story exists concerning not one, but 2 5th century characters named, or assumed to be named, Patricius, or Patrick. Now, according to one tradition, both men knew one another closely and were each involved in spreading Christianity in Ireland. So here's the interesting notion about these 2 Patricks. One of the earliest references of the 2 Patricks is in St. Fiac's hymn of the life of Patrick. It was written in the 5th or 6th century, but it survives in an 8th century manuscript. Fiac, a professional royal poet turned bishop, wrote, quote, "When Patrick departed, or died, he went to visit the other Patrick, and together they ascended to Jesus, son of Mary," end quote. Now, of course, there are some more 8th and 9th century calendars of the saints out there too. The Saints' Feast Day, giving August 24th, as the commemorative date for Old Patrick, beloved foster father and mentor. The Annuals of Ulster, meanwhile, records the, quote, response of the elder Patrick, as some books state, in 457. There's also Irish and continental references to an official papal mission in Ireland back in 431 AD, led by a man named Palladius. But to further complicate matters, another annular entry, albeit retrospectively added, says that Patrick came to Ireland in AD 432, the year after Palladius. Researchers have tentatively investigated whether this Palladius is either surnamed Patricius or had his life and work conflated with the later Patricius. And even later in the 9th century book of Armagh, oh, that's interesting. I just mentioned Armagh Ireland, where some of my ancestors came from, states that he was, quote, Patrick by another name. So who is this mysterious Patrick guy? Well, this small sample of evidence for another Patrick is by no means conclusive, but it definitely does make a good case for two original Patricks operating in Ireland about the same time, a father figure mentoring his younger charge, perhaps. Such relationships were common in early Ireland long before Christianity's arrival on Irish shores. Fosterage had been an integral and widespread social institution. The early Irish church adapted the custom to its own organization, therefore by allowing senior clerics, men and women to assume parental roles for their novices. Even the Latin name patricius, which is paternal, with its paternal connotations, suggests this. However, there are also other meanings for such the name, including a predecessor. In the Roman world, though, patricius could be a personal name or an honorific title, indicating senior political or military rank. So why do we only celebrate one particular Patrick? So if there's the evidence of the two distinct Patricks, each with their own cult following and feast day, how did they merge into one singular tradition? Well, the transition really begins in the late century of the 7th century in Armagh, a powerful Christian establishment in the north part of Ireland. Now, of course, these authorities in Armagh sought control over all the Irish churches. Arguing for the legitimacy of its claim, Armagh propagandists, many out there included, enhanced its patrician connections by incorporating all patrician traditions into one cohesive story. Essentially, enter the official Patrick with a March 17th feast day ready to banish snakes. That's kind of where it comes together. So historically, scholarly opinion over the two Patrick story has been kind of mixed. In 1942, Thomas F. O'Reilly revived a much earlier theory, arguing coherently for the existence of these two Patricks. He had a thesis while attracting supporters, and it ignited a controversy that descended into rancor and farce, culminating in a libel case taken against a popular journalist who poked fun at the debate. To some extent, the argument over an original dual patrician tradition has still not gone away. Today, however, there is a general openness among modern scholars to at least the possibility of two Patricks. Though sadly, really, it's probably not really going to give the world an extra St. Patrick's Day everywhere, although maybe some people out there might like that. So there's a little bit of history there. There's some, is this really true? Is it not? There's the folklore side of things. There's the historical side of things. Did things get mixed up in, of course, interpretation? All of that set aside, we know that there is at least one out there, and it's a fun celebration of St. Patrick's Day, and it's become a holiday where people drink and have fun, right? They party a bit, and it's going to be a big party night tonight, so definitely stay tuned for that. With that being said, that is our conversation story of the day today. You can check this out and more on theconversation.com. The time is approaching 12 o'clock pretty shortly here, so we're going to take our time out here into the next segment. When we come back, we have an honorable teacher who is coming into the station to talk with us a little bit about Cambridge Lakes Charter School and her recent award. So we'll talk about that and more coming up next here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with more in just a bit.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person. complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 12 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by USPS Ground Advantage. Governor J.B. Pritzker is calling for a new plan to boost higher education attainment in Illinois. He's issued an executive order creating a working group to set updated goals after the state fell just short of its previous target. Illinois officials are warning taxpayers about changes to U.S. Postal Service postmarks that could affect filing deadlines this year. Officials recommend mailing documents early or filing electronically ahead of the April 15th deadline to avoid penalties. Illinois lawmakers are considering a bill to limit loud commercials on streaming services. The proposal would require platforms to follow the same volume standards as TV broadcasters, preventing ads from playing louder than the program. If approved, the rule would take effect in 2027. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The greatest insult the Colonel ever suffered was being served a wrap that was just a snack by a friend. So he took 2 crispy tenders, lettuce, tomatoes, and pepper mayo, and wrapped them in a soft tortilla. It wasn't a snack, it was a meal. He called it a twister, and never called that friend again. The Colonel lived, so we could chicken. The Twister, now back at KFC, classic or with bacon. Also try it spicy. It's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Josh Giddey had a triple-double, leading the Bulls to a 132-107 win over the Grizzlies last night. Chicago trying to make up ground in the Eastern Conference. Right now, they sit 6 games out of a play-in spot. Iowa State men's basketball has the 2nd seed in the Midwest Regional. That's in Chicago. They'll play this Friday. It's a matchup against 15th seed Tennessee State. Iowa, the 9th seed in the South Regional. That's being played in Houston, Texas. They're going to match up with 8th seed Clemson this Friday. Northern Iowa has the 12th seed in the East Regional. That's in Washington, D.C. They'll play on Friday against 5th seed St. John's. Women's basketball tournament action. It's Iowa, the number 2 seed, Regional 4. They play this Friday against 15th seed Fairleigh Dickinson. Iowa State's got the 8th seed in Regional 1. They play 9th seed Syracuse this Saturday.
Save big when you bundle auto and home, renters, or condo with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Spring Sale and get 35% off paints and stains March 13th through the 23rd. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let them know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not going to do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 22. Tonight, snow and cloudy skies with a low around 20. New snow accumulation of 1 to 2 inches is possible. Looking ahead to Wednesday, a chance of snow with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 40. Currently, it's 18 and mainly clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town,
Pump up the volume.
business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Is back or neck pain keeping you from living the life you love? At St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, our spine specialists help patients get back to moving, working, and enjoying life again, often with minimally invasive treatments and faster recovery. The care you need, the expertise you trust, right here in your community. Visit stjosephelgin.com to schedule a consultation. St. Joseph Hospital, celebrating 125 years of compassionate care.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
And welcome in, everybody, here to the 12 o'clock hour of Out to Lunch on WRMN AM 1410. We're broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Of course, as always, thank you so much for tuning in today and being a part of the conversation with us. We're wishing everyone a very happy St. Patrick's Day today. It is definitely Party Central today. It's also election night too for the locals, so it's a pretty big night. So we'll definitely go through that a little bit more later into the show today. I want to say thank you, of course. The sponsor of today's show, Out to Lunch, is sponsored by St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. You can get back to doing what you love with expert orthopedic and spine care at St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin. From advanced surgery to personalized rehab, their specialists are with you throughout your care journey. St. Joseph Hospital is a proud member of Prime Healthcare, and they're here to keep you moving. You can schedule your appointment today by calling 847-931-5525 or visit their website at stjosephelgin.com. And of course, don't forget, not only can you listen to us on that AM 1410 dial, you can also watch us live here on YouTube. That's youtube.com/WRMN radio. Don't forget, of course, hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you can always keep yourself up to date and in the loop on what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. Now, as we know, of course, spring is just around the corner. Schools are still in operation. Lots of kids are learning so many great things, and we have to give recognition to the teachers who are putting so much time and effort and energy into ensuring the education of our future leaders are done the right way. And let me tell you, Cambridge Lakes Charter School is a fantastic school located in Pingree Grove. And they recently had a teacher who was awarded. The Illinois State Board of Education, ISBE for short, released its list of honorees for the 52nd annual Those Who Excel and Teacher of the Year Awards. Cambridge Lakes Charter School is proud to share that Miss Alyssa Sutherland, who's a second grade teacher at the school, has received the award for special recognition in the Early Career Educator category. And today we are happy to have her here with us. Thank you so much for joining us here in studio.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I'm
happy to be here.
You're very welcome. So Alyssa, tell us a little bit about yourself. What got you interested in starting a teaching career? Was it something from childhood? Was there, did you have multiple people inspire you to become a teacher? What got you interested in wanting to teach the youth?
So first of all, I've always had a passion for kids. I was 12 years old when my first niece was born, and we kind of grew up together, in different stages of life. So I always knew I wanted to be around kids. And then I feel like I kind of have quite the opposite story of most teachers that become teachers. Because growing up, at the earliest age, elementary school, I actually hated school. My mom had to drag me out from my bed to get me to come to school. Even in middle school, honestly, I hated school. I hated it because I felt like I was dumb and stupid, and I didn't feel like I was good at school. So I ended up giving up on school when I was probably in middle school. And then I went to high school. I didn't apply myself. I really struggled academically. So I was just like, well, I'm going to fail anyway, so why even try? So I just kind of gave up. And it wasn't until my senior year of high school, the teacher for anatomy was Mrs. Sotero. She, the first couple of days of anatomy, she really picked up that I did not believe in myself. And she made it her mission to make sure that I believed in myself. And she helped me and told me that she was going to help me pass that class and get me an A in that class. And that's exactly what she did. And I became a teacher because I never want a student to feel the way I did. And I feel like it took me until my senior year of high school to realize, like, there are opportunities for me to succeed. And she was kind of like the first one to believe in me. So I just want to make sure that, like, no student feels that way. Absolutely. Like I did, because it really has an effect on your life. So yeah, that's kind of why I became a teacher. So
that's an interesting story. I went through that too. I didn't like school. There were times when I was like, can I just be homeschooled? I don't want to, all those things too. What helped me was theater. I did a lot of theater in school, and I was really shy outside of theater. Theater kind of helped to open me up a bit more. For sure. I become a little bit more confident. I'm sure a lot of my classmates now would watch me and be like, "You're on the radio? What? He was the choir kid in school.
That's what people say for me.
Are you
too.
serious?" Yeah. So it's interesting how things in life can happen that way.
For sure.
And of course, congratulations on receiving those Who Excel Award. What was your reaction when you found out that you were selected?
Honestly, I was like, "Why me?" But no, I'm just kidding. I kind of just like took a second. I was very surprised, in a good way. I was very proud of myself, and I feel like I am deserving of this. So it's a really good feeling, and like all the hard work I do put in, it's paying off, and people are seeing it besides me. So it feels really good.
That's awesome. Now you are a second grade teacher. So second grade is a really important year for a lot of young learners. So what are some of the most rewarding moments that you experience in the classroom? What are some things that you see and you're just like, gosh, I'm so glad I get to do this. I'm so glad I get to teach these kids.
I would say that at that age, they just like love life and they're very innocent. And honestly, a lot of them do love school, and just seeing like how passionate they are about it you love to see that smile on your face. And then another thing obviously is like when that light bulb comes on, when they're like finally getting the lesson or they're understanding what's going on. It's like, we have been doing this for so long, and then they just like finally get it. And it's like, oh my gosh, like it is working. Like I am doing something. And then just those like relationships, building those relationships. And I would say that.
And you know what, too? Every teacher out there does have their own, unique style and way of teaching, teaching kids. So how would you describe your teaching philosophy or approach with your students?
I would say I am person first and then student. So like, I focus more on the relationships and like making sure my students feel comfortable and safe in the classroom so that they are able to perform academically. Sometimes you're missing that personal relationship and it's harder to get the child to perform academically. And that's just what I've seen. Building those relationships they go a long way. And that's kind of my approach, and like really focusing my classroom around the students and making sure that they know that like I am here for them. Like this is not just a job to me. My job is to make sure that you are successful and are given the tools in order for you to do that. So
definitely. Now, Cambridge Lakes Charter School, what is the student teacher ratio in the class currently that you're teaching?
Mine right now, I have 24 students, and then I also have a pair in my room as well.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm sure, growing up, when I was a kid, I was never the type to be like very like loud and disruptive in school. So I was always like, I always felt a lot for the teachers, and a lot of times what they have to put up with. And some of the kids were like, why are they getting mad at me? And I'm like, because you're acting up.
Yeah, right.
So what are some things that you do if you like you said, you start with them as a person before as a student too. Yeah. So how does that kind of work out? I mean, there's days obviously where maybe the kids get a little bit rowdy, and sure. Maybe you're not having the best day too. So how do you kind of help to work through that?
I guess the biggest thing is like adapting. If the lesson's not working, if the kids aren't getting it, if they're crazy, it's like a Friday on like, I don't know, like before Christmas break, you're just adapting. It's not working, so why continue to just like put the pressure and do it, you're just adapting. And another thing is, I forgot the question. Can you repeat it? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So just kind of like, when it comes to, there's days when the students maybe are having a little bit of harder time learning the curriculum, or like you said, it's just a Friday. People are ready to get out. We're going to go into the weekend. Kind of, how do you keep yourself together in that sense? And every teacher, of course, is going to be different.
Well, behavior is always communication. So it's really figuring out like what's going on, whether it's like a pattern of like, this is continuing throughout the week, or whether it's just like an off day. It comes down to like the relationships. And if you have that relationships with the students, I feel like it's a lot easier to understand like what they're going through and to help them through it and to help you through it. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What are some of your favorite subjects to teach? Because I know second grade, you think of like the different subjects in middle school and high school, everyone goes to different classes, but it's one classroom. So what are some of your favorite subjects that you like to teach, and even some that the students like?
I really like math. I like math because we do like centers in my classroom. So I do a lot of like small group in my classroom. And math, like just seeing how much the kids love it is like why I'm so passionate about it. They just love, like we play math games. They'll play like, they really like Uno, but we play actual math games too. But they love math. And I remember in the beginning of the year, they're like, oh, I hate math. And then once we started doing the math centers, it's like, oh, I can't wait to do math. And I just like, I love when they love school. So
that's great.
I would say math for sure.
That's great. Yeah. That's awesome. And again, the learning environment is so important too. And it sounds like even just meeting you that you have such a strong and powerful learning environment where, again, you're very interactive with the kids. And I think that is so important when it comes to a child's learning abilities, to be able to feel like they can talk to you, they can come to you to ask you questions, and things like that too. So I love that. I love that very much. So. And again, thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having
to do this interview. It's such an honor to be awarded this too. So folks, if you want to check out more information, you can find it CambridgeLakesCharterSchool.net. If you go to their website, you can find it. There's even the latest news article that you can find on there too with your picture. And big congratulations to you too. So that is fantastic. For those of you who are listening in, for people who are listening in and maybe they want to have a career in teaching, but they're a little bit afraid, what would you say to them?
I feel like I'm not at a position to really give advice because I'm only like 2 years in of teaching. But I would say the most thing that I learned is like, if you can't show up for yourself, you can't show up for your students. You are a role model to them, no matter how old that your students are. So the most important thing is really taking care of yourself, because I feel like it's really easy in education to just put everything into your, I mean, honestly, it's like a lifestyle. Teaching is like a lifestyle. It's not just a job. So to put everything into it, sometimes you lack taking care of yourself. And then it's like, you can't have both. You need to have that, balance. And so, that would be my advice, is just make sure you're taking care of yourself. You're still a good teacher, whether you show up right at contract time and leave right at contract time. So, that would
awesome. Well, Alyssa, thank you so much for coming in today. Greatly appreciate it. And folks, if you want to check out more information on the Cambridge Lakes Charter School, please feel free to check out their website for more information. You can find it at CambridgeLakesCharterSchool.net. They are a K-12 community school of choice Feel free to check out more information on registration, curriculum, athletics, students, parents, and contact information. And of course, they have a spectacular, beautiful campus as well, too. So again, Alyssa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You are very welcome. And congratulations again.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Folks, we're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN AM 1410. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in just a little bit.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with a Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered. If you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem, use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
Is back or neck pain keeping you from living the life you love? At St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, our spine specialists help patients get back to moving, working, and enjoying life again, often with minimally invasive treatments and faster recovery. The care you need, the expertise you trust, right here in your community. Visit stjosephelgin.com to schedule a consultation. St. Joseph Hospital, celebrating 125 years of compassionate care.
Looking for the perfect midday pick-me-up? Tune in on Out to Lunch on WRMN AM 1410. Weekdays at midday. Out to Lunch brings a fresh, energetic look at local life, diving into the stories, events, and conversations shaping our community. From lively talk and new discoveries to real voices from around town. It's the perfect mix of entertainment, information, and hometown spirit. Listen on WRMN AM 1410 or watch us live on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Out to Lunch. Spice up your midday morning.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My Grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my Grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, folks, into Out to Lunch here on WRMN. We've got a little bit of time left before we take it to, of course, our bottom of the hour news and messages from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we are in our Tradio segment. So if you are looking to buy, sell, trade, and or announce to the Fox River Valley area, that'll be the time to call in to the studio number here, 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Thank you again, Alyssa Sutherland, for coming in today to talk with us about this fantastic achievement, too. So very, very good. We've got some great comments here in the comments section on this lovely St. Paddy's Day. I am sending hearts your way, of course, to the listeners in there. We've got, of course, Brendan here saying hello and a happy St. Patrick's Day. Brendan, I hope that you are having a spectacular day. We've got Greg here. Happy Paddy's Day. We're having La Cosecha for dinner. Got all corned beef out the last 3 days. I feel ya. With the Jewish grandma's braised corned beef recipe that we made last week, and I did talk about that on the last Foodie Friday. So that's fantastic. And yes, it does look like you did send me another recipe. Thank you so much. That'll be coming up for Friday's Foodie Friday. So very good. We do have a comment here. Christy 1968. She really seems like she cares about the kids. What a great teacher. Thank you so much for that lovely comment. Congratulations, says Morgan Sapp 7531 in the comment section here. Absolutely. And of course, a congratulations says to Greg, and thanks for all you do. Absolutely. We have to recognize our teachers out there and all that they put into the effort in making sure that our children's lives are nourished in that learning, the learning experiences, because they're our future. So we got to give them a lot of credit for sure. So thank you to all the teachers out there for all you do for the community and for the students. I know it's not an easy job, and I give you a lot of credit for what you do. Yeah, and I say that, even when I was younger too, as a kid, I was like, gosh, these teachers, they work so hard. So I greatly appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Let's see what we've got here for the remainder of the time. Well, what's going on locally in the area? Let me tell you, folks, there's lots of fun things to do, museums to see, and some shamrocks to go around, some partying for sure. Coming up today and tomorrow, River Street Tavern has their Shamrock Shenanigans celebration. If you want to enjoy some good Irish food and drinks, you can enjoy it at the River Street Tavern in East Dundee. They've got some fun activities to enjoy. Coming up later today until 1 a.m. in the morning, they are open. So if you want to give them a try, check them out. You can find this article posted on exploreelginarea.com. Check out what is being offered here. It is Shamrock's Shenanigans celebration for this year. Today's the last day, as it is St. Patrick's Day, open at 3 p.m., so they'll be open in a couple hours. They're going to be featuring some acoustic music, Mark Harrison, and at 6 p.m., that's when he'll be. And then, of course, some Irish specials and more that you can find. So if you want to go to River Street Tavern, you can look up River Street Tavern in East Dundee, and you can check out what's going on there. Of course, they're a great place to go to. I especially love their wings. Very delicious. If you go to their Facebook page, they are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Recently posting who needs a pot of gold when you can have a pint of green beer. They're opening at 3 p.m. today to get this St. Patrick's Day party started. So check it out. And they are, of course, decorated in season for St. Patty's Day. A lot of the staff are wearing green. Hopefully you can too. Very nice. So that's coming up there. That will be tonight, starting at 3 o'clock. So just in a couple hours, if you're looking for something fun to do. Let's see some other things that are going on locally here in the Fox River Valley for St. Patty's Day. Rosie O'Hare's is another good place to go to. They have their St. Patrick's Day celebration tonight, starting at 4 o'clock. Sean McDonald is back again, piping some of your favorites when it comes to some good music. You can try it at Rosie O'Hare's. They're a good place to go to, and some good beers and drinks to enjoy, and some Irish hospitality. Now, if you do enjoy tacos, it is a Taco and Trivia Tuesday today. You can go to the Assembly Bar and Cafe in West Dundee to get some of those tacos for $9.99. That's an all-you-can-eat beef taco bar. Very cool. If you want to have conversations, if you are a feminist and you've got some conversations to have with some other feminists, there is a group. It's called the Feminist Craft Circle. Now, this is you can find them at Side Street Studio Arts. Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, they have their Feminist Craft Circle at Side Street Studio Arts. So you can sit together, work on manual crafts. It's got a long history and for periods was looked down upon. So this is a space for you to come together, have some good conversations, and do some really fun crafting. You can find this is at the Side Street Studio Arts, located at 15 Ziegler Court in Elgin. So it's the Feminist Craft Circle. It's every third Tuesday from 6 until 8 p.m. Atlas Chicken in Bartlett has their 2000s rock music. Hey, I like it. And this is coming up. That's Bingo at Squares and the Bingo at Squares at the Atlas Chicken in Bartlett. So that sounds like a lot of fun too. A couple other things that you can check out. Toastmasters International has their club meeting coming up tonight, 7:15 to 9:15. Oh, don't forget, We're doing a live broadcast tonight, of course, for the coverage of the election. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up tonight after Big Top Sports with Derek Iyer. So stay tuned for that. Should be a good time, of course. We hope everyone enjoys the rest of your day. We still have about half an hour left here of Out to Lunch. And then that's it. We got What's Cooking Today after that. I am thinking What's Cooking Today, we'll be talking about St. Patrick's Day. I mean, I would think Michael Horn would be talking about that. If not, he definitely will be talking about some good choices of food and drinks on this lovely Tuesday. Stay tuned. Up next, we've got our Tradio segment. You've got something you want to get rid of, sell it, announce it on Tradio. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a bit.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by KFC. Illinois officials are warning taxpayers about changes to U.S. Postal Service postmarks that could affect filing deadlines this year. Officials recommend mailing documents early or filing electronically ahead of the April 15th deadline to avoid penalties. Illinois lawmakers are considering a bill to limit loud commercials on streaming services. The proposal would require platforms to follow the same volume standards as TV broadcasters, preventing ads from playing louder than the program. If approved, the rule would take effect in 2027. Governor J.B. Pritzker is calling for a new plan to boost higher education attainment in Illinois. He's issued an executive order creating a working group to set updated goals after the state fell just short of its previous target. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Do you ever crave a delicious treat, but that pesky guilt lingers over you? Well, you can have your dessert and eat it too. Desserts that's gluten-free, keto, vegan, and actually delicious. Yes, we're serious. At Desserts Without Regrets, located in Gilbert's, we bake for people who read labels. Custom cookies, celebration cakes, and treats made with clean ingredients and zero guilt. No walk-ins, because great dessert takes planning. Pre-order only at dessertswithoutregrets.com or call Daria at 312-610-9033. That's Desserts Without Regrets, because dessert should never be a regret.
Building a house is hard, but have you tried removing one? Flood Brothers takes the mess out of demolition. With fast roll-off dumpster delivery, reliable debris pickup, and a family-owned team that takes service personally. Call 630-261-0400 or visit floodbrothersdisposal.com. Flood Brothers Disposal, proud sponsor of America's First Responders Fest.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 22. Tonight, snow and cloudy with a low around 20. New snow accumulation of 1 to 2 inches is possible. Looking ahead to Wednesday, a chance of snow with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 40. Currently, it's 20 and mainly clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Welcome back, folks, here to Out to Lunch. We are in that radio segment, so of course, you know what time it is. If you are interested in buying, selling, trading, and or announcing to the Fox River Valley area, now is the time to call into the station number here. That number to dial is 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. If it's got to go, post it here on Tradio. Let us know if there's anything that's going on, things that you want to announce. Hey, let us know if you're doing something fun today. Are you going out to a local bar? Are you going out to a local Irish pub or restaurant? Are you cooking at home? Let us know here. This is the time to call into the station. 847-931-1410 on this lovely St. Patrick's Day. Maybe you've got some St. Patrick's Day themed decorations, clothing, and merchandise that you're looking to sell. Someone out there might want them. This is the time to do so. Give us a call at 847-931-1410. We've already got a caller here on hold. Let's take it to the phone lines. Hi there, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Matt. This is Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
Did you get my pictures?
I did. Now, where is that at?
That's at the Budweiser Brewery in St. Louis, Missouri, right over the state line off of 55.
Okay. Now, are you currently there?
No. I went on Friday. Actually, we were there on Friday. Nice. But I saved a couple pictures for today because it's St. Patrick's Day.
Nice. I did share those on the air here on YouTube. So thank you so much for that. It looked like a cool place.
Oh, it's really awesome. I really suggest it. If anybody gets an opportunity to go out there, it's a little drive, about 4 hours, but it's well worth it. And they give you like 4 free beers.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, you have a good day, man. I got to get back inside.
All right. Sounds good. You too. Thanks again. Bye-bye now. Okay. All right, that was Patrick calling in, telling us about the Budweiser Brew in St. Louis. If you want to give it a try, it's about a 4-hour drive. He shared some pictures earlier, so that's pretty cool. And happy St. Patrick's Day to you too, Patrick, of course, and to all the Patricks out there, and to everyone, of course. Let's see what else is going on here with some of our previous Tradio callers. We have a Tradio caller that has some items for sale. She has a table lamp for $10. She's got some old twin bicycles. Greg, I know you got on that real quick. You mentioned it to me. She also does have a new coffee machine for $10. She's got 4 colonial pine tables. They're from the 1980s. She's asking for a good offer, at least $100 for all 4 of them, which is a pretty good deal. So if anyone is interested, you want pictures, dimensions, more information, where to pick it up, give her a call today. That number is 847-209-7765. That's 847-209-7765. Another Tradio caller here, Patrick, who just called in. He's looking for a wood chipper for sale. So if you want to give him a call, reach out to him today. That number is 224-735-1674. That's 224-735-1674. Another Tradio caller here has a Bayliner boat for sale. It's a 17-foot boat in great condition and used very little. It also has a trailer that comes with it too. Nice attachable. And then he also does have a 1946 Chevy 110 truck for sale, still in pretty good condition. Best offer on both of them. Please leave a message. If he doesn't respond, you can reach out to him today. And that number to dial is 847-464-5830. That's 847-464-5830. Another Tradio caller here. This is Greg. He's looking for those bicycles. It's starting to get warmer outside. Late 1800s to the 1970s. Parts, pieces, and or accessories. They can really be in any condition. He's also looking for vintage Omega watches, men's and women's watches, and diver style watches. He's a collector, not a dealer, so he'll pay a fair price for those. He's also looking for old gas tether cars. He's looking for some old slot cars or slot car parts, or even sets. Mainly 124 scale cars, HO as well. Also has a son that's looking for some Pokemon cards. So if anyone out there has any Pokemon cards, feel free to reach out to him. And then he does have some items for sale. He's got that nice Bailey blue hat for sale. XL comes with the box too. I even tried it on at the flea market. It was pretty cool. And it's a really rich blue color too. It really stands out. So you're in a crowd somewhere on a rainy day, it'll stand out like a sore thumb in a good way. It stands out like a Bailey blue hat. And then he also does have that Schwinn 312 Goose Island bicycle, which is that's also a standout bike. It's a bright yellow color, and it's also black on there too. So it really stands out, especially if you're riding at night. We do advise, of course, you have proper, clothing and headlights, but that'll definitely stand out at night too with the bright yellow color that it is for $99. And then he also does have a Hamilton Beach 3-head milkshake maker in the color ivory. It comes with the 3 cups for $400. You can reach out to Greg today. That's 847-962-6033. That's 847-962-6033. So please feel free to reach out for more information. And then finally, last radio caller for today has or at least that I'm announcing here. She's got a lot of furniture for sale. Located in Hampshire. Everything is like new. She'll take any offers on them at this point. TV, appliances, washer and dryer, 2 sofas, dining room table, a whole lot of things. So please feel free to reach out. Please, when you do call, tell her who you are, give her a name and a callback number if she does not respond. She did provide us with 2 numbers, her cell phone number and her landline. Her cell number is 847-502-4612. Or you can also reach her out via her landline number at 847-695-9881. So those are the Tradio callers. Folks, feel free to call in today, 847-931-1410. You've got something that's got to go, post it here on Tradio. We have some good events that are coming up here. Food for Greater Elgin has their Pallet to Pallet event coming up around the corner, about 2 weeks away from 2 weeks from today. WRMN is going to be out there taking some pictures, videos, and trying some delicious food. So you don't want to miss out on that great opportunity. I'll definitely be handing out some cards saying, hey, you're a business here in Elgin. Come on out to lunch. I can even come to your place. I'd love to do that. So let us know. Join us at Pallet to Pallet. It's coming up Tuesday, March 31st, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Center of Elgin Heritage Ballroom. You can check out more information posted on their website at foodforgreaterelgin.org. We have a couple interviews already posted for the Pallet to Pallet event, and we're going to be having a call in from Emily Tyler from Food for Greater Elgin, who was recently on. She's going to call in tomorrow. Just as a little reminder, it's going to be just real quick, just a little call, a phone call in about 5 minutes, just saying, hey, we want to remind you there's still time to get tickets, where to park, all that good stuff, right? So that'll be coming up tomorrow. We also do have Wise Coffee Chat coming up tomorrow too, so you'll be able to also listen to that during the community hour. Let's see some other things that are coming up as well. Batavia Chamber of Commerce recently posted our lucky St. Patrick's Day winners are Marge B. and Brian D. Congratulations and thank you for helping to support the Batavia Chamber Scholarship Fund. They're going to be having $1,900 to give away this month, and you can be the next winner. You can purchase your tickets. There's a QR code posted on the Batavia Chamber of Commerce's website and Facebook page. There's an event groovefundraising.com website link that you can go to. So you could get a chance to win some money, which is really cool. And they've already raised almost $7,000, which is fantastic. St. Patrick's Day Parade was a lot of fun. That was on March 13th. They're doing a recap on that. You can find it at the St. Charles Business Alliance website. I know it was quite snowy outside, but it still looked like there was a very good presence there. Lots of people all dressed up for the holiday season. Algonquin and Lake in the Hills Chamber of Commerce recently posted a very happy St. Patrick's Day to folks out there. Don't forget their March Chamber Challenge. Lucky to Shop Local is in full swing. So here's how you play. You make a purchase from a chamber member of the Algonquin Lake in the Hills Chamber. You snap a photo of your treasure or you with the business. Then what you do is you post it on Facebook, you tag the business, and you tag the Chamber of Commerce. Then what you do is you'll be entered to win a prize worthy of a leprechaun's pot of gold. So if you want to check out more information on that, you can go to alchamber.com/list or check out this list available on the Algonquin and Lake in the Hills Chamber of Commerce's Facebook page. Explore Elgin areas, of course, wishing everyone a very happy St. Patrick's Day. They have a limited menu that you can find that is posted by Rosie O'Hare's Pub. You can find them there. They have their limited menu today, including corned beef. They also do offer some dinners, smoked corned beef, sliced thick, broiled red potatoes. You can try cabbage, carrots, and rye bread for $22. They've got their corned beef sandwich with chips, smoked beef brisket sandwich with chips. You can try their smoked pulled pork sandwich with chips for $12. That's not too bad. Cheese curds for $11. Can't go wrong with Wisconsin cheese curds. You can do chicken tenders, 4 each, with fries for $10. That's a good deal. House-made Reuben egg rolls. You get 2 of those each. They have a black Angus, beef, hot dog. I mean, they have this limited time menu that's still going on today. So if you want to give it a try, check it out. That sounds pretty cool. Lots of other cool events and specials that recently happened. You can find that posted. That is at exploreelginarea.com. You can find them also on their Facebook page, posting lots of great St. Patrick's Day events. And also this too, posted by them and also shared to me by my good friend Linda. The Shamrock sale is going on now through till the 22nd of March. So if you're interested in checking out St. Patrick's Day specials, including going to Santa's Village, fun all year round, they have their any day tickets at $24.99, which are normally $42.99. So they have a good season pass, extra $20 off too. So if you want to check out those deals, you can. Or of course, there's also Groupon that you can go on if you want to look for some St. Patty's Day specials that are going on. So check it out for more information on the World Wide Web. It's all there. Or tune in here to WRMN. The time is approaching 47 past the hour already. I got to take a last time out. When we come back, we'll discuss more on what's happening locally for St. Patrick's Day today in the Fox River Valley area. We'll still be in our Tradio segment. Feel free to reach out to us. Let us know if you've got anything to get rid of. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more here in just a bit. For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs. It's probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Looking to set sail on your dream vacation? Cruises International has you covered. Specializing in land and sea getaways, they're here to make your vacation unforgettable. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, they offer personalized service with a global network of specialists to ensure your trip is tailor-made just for you. Call today at 800-255-7447 to speak with a cruise and vacation expert. And don't miss Travel Tuesdays on WRMN AM 1410 every first Tuesday of the month from 11 to 12 p.m. on Out to Lunch. That's Cruises International. Your vacation, your way.
If your idea of therapy involves a fishing rod, a tree stand, or a campfire, then you need American Outdoors Radio. Host John Cruz speaks your language, whether it's about the best lures, tracking game, or that one buddy who always forgets to bring the beer. John's got the tips to sharpen your aim, the hacks to pack lighter, and the stories to keep you entertained. Again, that's American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz. Saturdays at 7 a.m. on WRMN 1410. Or stream it at WRMN1410.com. Get ready to outfish, outhunt, and outcamp them all on American Outdoor Radio with John Cruz.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Linda Rock sharing stories that were in the Elgin Courier News on March 17, 1926. 72 bowlers have entered the annual Elgin City Bowling Classic for the Elgin Courier News Trophy, which will be rolled over the new Schneider Alleys next Sunday. It was announced by the City Bowling Association today. All entry money, it was announced, must be in by Thursday night in order that a schedule be prepared ahead of time. The minor competition, the winners of which will be given a special prize, is open to bowlers whose average is not higher than 165. Judge Frank E. Chopin will be the speaker tomorrow evening at the regular monthly meeting of the Sheridan Parent-Teacher Association. Judge Chopin's subject will be naturalization. Mrs. Lloyd Lemos will give a demonstration of the new orphophonic Victrola through the courtesy of the Cable Piano Company. Then, a delightful little health exercise will be given by pupils of the 3rd grade. It is hoped that a large number of parents and patrons of the school district will attend this meeting. Far off Alaska, with all its beauty and its interest, will be described in an illustrated lecture to be given Thursday evening by Charles A. Payne under the auspices of the Elgin Business and Professional Women's Clubs in the auditorium of the YWCA. The lecture will be free, and it is hoped that everyone who has an hour or more to spare will hear it.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You may also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
And that's what happened on this day 100 years ago today. So very cool. If you want to check out more information, you can find it at the elginhistory.org website. You can also visit their location at 360 Park Street. So thank you to the, I was going to say City of Elgin. Yes, City of Elgin. But especially, yes, of course, the museum. Always a cool place to go to. Continuing on here, what do we have for the remainder of the time? Only about 6 minutes left. I want to keep trucking along here, seeing what we've got locally in the area. We've got some fun things. Of course, you know it, vacation time. It's exciting. You want to plan some trips. Listen every first Tuesday of the month, 11 o'clock, here on Out to Lunch, Travel Tuesdays with Cruises International. They recently posted on their Facebook page, they're wishing everyone a very happy St. Patrick's Day. They appreciate the photo shared by their travel advisor, Catherine S., during her journey to London, Amsterdam, and Galway. The image remains unedited. And yes, it shows that beautiful rainbow too. That is fantastic. So if you are looking to maybe celebrate some Irish culture, you can plan your cruises and vacations with Cruises International. Vacations, land, and sea. You can call and speak to a cruise and vacation expert today. Always enjoy having Shauna White on the air with us the first Tuesday of every month. Once again, Elgin Police Department is wishing everyone a very happy and safe and enjoyable St. Patrick's Day, recently posted onto their Facebook page as well. You can join in on Fridays for Fridays with the Finest with Chief Anna Lally. Let's see some other things that recently did happen as well. Congratulations, says the District 300, to the D300 Eagles White Special Olympics basketball team. They finished 4th this weekend, and that was at the high school division group 3 at state. So congratulations to the team for winning that. Fantastic. And looks like they had a good time. Let's see, about 175 people plunged into the icy Fox River in St. Charles recently to help raise money for Special Olympics Illinois, and they raised about $20,000 for Special Olympics. So wanted to put that out there. A big congratulations to them for doing that. Let's see what else is going on here, too. I know that you can find some cool things. Local museums. Volo Auto Museum has their free ticket Tuesday today. If you're feeling a little bit of luck, you can get a free ticket today to get in. How cool is that? To enter, provide your answer in the comments. The winner will be chosen at random. Check it out. It's a little trivia question if you want to go to the Volo Auto Museum's Facebook page. You can find it there. And check out that trivia question. If you answer correctly, you could win a free ticket to get in, which is really cool. Volo Auto Museum is a great place to go to. Algonquin Lake in the Hills Chamber of Commerce recently posted, attention to all students. Coming up here, it is study hours during the month of March. This Wednesday, March 18th, tomorrow from 2:30 to 4:30, students can receive a free small mac and cheese at the Chick-fil-A Algonquin location. That's pretty cool. So they're bringing that to the attention of many students out there for study, the month of studying in March. You can also view some other fun things coming up locally in the Fox River Valley area. I know that, of course, St. Patrick's Day is a fun one. Please make sure that you are driving and drinking responsibly. Make sure you have a designated driver if need be. Please make sure you're doing that. But I know it's going to be a busy day today with it being, of course, St. Patrick's Day. And it is also the election night as well. We're going to be doing that live coverage here in Studio 14, right in Studio 14 live here on WRMN. You'll be able to walk by the window, give us a wave, say hi. And we're going to be doing that live coverage coming up tonight. If you want to look at the candidate list, if you want to check out more information, you can go to KaneCountyConnects.com. They do have a article on it. You can also find those videos posted onto our YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/WRMN radio, you can find a lot of those interviews. Now you can find that all posted under our playlists. If you go to A Political Talk Show, that is where we have all of those candidates playing. So you can find all of it there too. Mike Pierce for 11th District, Jeff Walters. There's also James Mendrick for governor. We have that posted on there too. Some guests for Free Speech Fridays, Jennifer Davis, and a whole lot more too. John Zahm, Daniel Penman, Chris Lawson. So if you want to take a look at all of those videos, feel free to check it out. That's on the playlist. You can find it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/WRMN radio. And of course, I do wish every single candidate out there the best of luck. Good luck, everyone out there. It's definitely, it's an exciting, it can be a very nervous race. And again, we encourage, if you do not win, keep pushing forward because there's so much hope out there. There definitely is. So definitely best of luck to everyone out there coming up tonight. There's still time to vote too. If you go to the library, a couple other local places too offer voting until 7 o'clock. So just putting that information out there for you to know. And yeah, it's all good stuff. We talked a little bit about it during the WRMN 10 o'clock news segment today. So you'll be able to, we're able to listen to that during the 10 o'clock hour. The time is already approaching the end time, at least for today. The end times. No, not the end times. I mean, for the end of the show. So thank you everyone for tuning in today. As always, you are listening to the Voice of the Valley and the Talk of the Town, WRMN AM 1410. Up next, we have What's Cooking Today with Michael Horn. He's probably going to be talking about corned beef or something to do with St. Patrick's Day. It's been updated. Corporate medicine and exploring Irish whiskey is what he's going to be talking about. He's having Dr. Jeff Barkey, America's Real Doctor, for a powerful conversation about mastering your health, plus some news stories and exploring Irish whiskey. Talk Time with Tammy and Friends, a local Irish woman we've got here on the station, will be coming on. That'll be from 2 to 4. And more coming your way. Don't forget live coverage coming up tonight at 6. Have a wonderful rest of your day and a very happy St. Patrick's Day.